Hello everyone, I'm Psychotic, and that's also my screen name. We are back with episode 12 of our Sengoku Dynasty Let's Play. We did unlock the steel forging at the end of last episode, but we didn't get to play with it at all. So today, we're going to journey back to the village so that we can get smithing with some steel. And we might be able to skip over steel entirely and go straight to masterwork. I'm not entirely sure yet. I did notice some masterwork recipes unlocked. I don't know what they require yet, though, so we'll definitely tinker with that some. We're also going to try to get some materials together and finish up some of the last projects around on the map. And just try to keep that grind going for Dynasty level 21. So, that being said, if you learn anything useful or if you have a good time today, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, let's go ahead and load in. Alright, now I did do some research at the end of our last stream and noticed that I am not the only one having problems with Dynasty people's happiness. And somebody mentioned that if we check in Dynasty, that these have sliders. Okay. So for some reason when you load a new game, they're all defaulting to rationed, which is why everybody's getting pissed. So we're going to shift them all back over just by clicking on the smiley face. You can swap these however you need to. So we're going to switch all of these over to happy, and that should eliminate the problem. We'll see what happens, but in theory, that is what was going on. I don't know when they added those sliders actually functioning for anything. It had to have been one of the most recent patches because we were fine up until yesterday's stream. I was hoping we'd get just a little bit more damage out of that. We almost ate it. We're going to use some of our coins to fast travel back home to the village. I'm just going to start calling that fast traveling. Alright. So here we are. We shouldn't be able to do anything with this, yep. But we should have some new buildings to play with. So let's see. Still no trees. Fantastic. So buildings, nope. We want to start with furniture for production buildings for the smithy. And we want to get a Tatara up. Because that is going to be where we make our steel. Okay, so that's going to have to be inside, it looks like. I don't know. Seriously? Can we put it outside? Is that not a thing? Furniture grid is already occupied. I don't understand why it's giving us such a hard time here. Another object is blocking placement. Furniture grid is already occupied here. So are we just not going to be allowed to use this? Is that what's going on? It's almost like there's nowhere big enough to put it. Okay, so let's work on moving some stuff. We put that there. And then we move that over one. We can put the charcoal kiln outside. No, apparently we can't. Okay. Can we put the logs somewhere close? Let's do one of those. That's still not really going to give us the space that we need, is it? Can we put you inside? Wrong grid, so this has to go outside. This is problematic, guys. Yeah. Can we turn this into a normal wall? Would that give us an opportunity? I don't know. I don't know how to jigger this to get it to work. Furniture grid is already occupied here. And we are getting that in every possible spot. Can we put you outside? We can put you outside. So we can do one of those. Like that, maybe? Let's see. There we go. Oh. Okay, so that was... You're gonna have to put this outside to get this to work. That is absolutely insane. But okay. Because we can't even change this to a wall, can we? I would love to have that up against a wall, but unfortunately we're not going to be able to get it to work the way that I want it to. So we need 20 stone and 20 clay, both of which we have. I thought we had the clay. How did we go through so much clay so fast? It's required in maintenance. That is unfortunate. Okay, so we're going to have to go on a little bit of a clay run, it looks like. I should probably eat something. At least we can get the rocks in here. I don't know that we can go on a clay run unless we can actually make a shovel now. Because we don't have a shovel anymore. Ours broke. And they ate through all of our clay for maintenance. And it is still locked. I'm thinking that the shovel... Oh, shit, says the comma and the hoe. We're going to have to buy a shovel. I'm wondering if the other village will have a shovel. The mining village. It's possible, I suppose. Let's see about food storage and cleaning these guys out. We're just going to take a bunch of fat with us. I'm going to put our bell away. Well, I guess the bell doesn't go in here. We're going to take a bunch of fat with us. We also, I think, still need to make sure that the jobs are supplied. No, he's fine. So that's builder's forager. That one's fine. The sunken hearth is fine. The woodworker is not fine. So we need 4 adds. The woods is fine as it's going to get. The hunter looks like it's fine. And the well is fine. And the rest are builders. Okay, so it looks like we need to get some adds going, and we need to get some planks for the... Do we need planks for... Yeah, we need some planks and some adds to get the woodworker position functioning here. That's not this one. So we need the planks, and we're going to need an adze. So let's go ahead and take some of our logs. So we should have quite a few. Wow, they scrapped everything at the top for firewood. All of it. Ah. Alright, well this should give us enough planks at least. So we're also going to need to go ahead and make 3 adze. So let's take some of our iron. And we're going to need some straw. 4 adze. We need 4 adze. Can we make masterwork? So masterwork is steel and leather. So it's just a little bit extra steel and a little bit extra leather is all. So we are definitely going to want to make those. But we need a shovel to get some more clay to finish off our Tatara, because for some reason when they changed the update, all of our clay was used for maintenance, so we don't have any of our 6 friggin' stacks of clay anymore. Drop that in there. Drop what grass we have in there. Okay, so we got the adze. We can put them in storage and get him cracking. And we can put these planks into storage as well. Are they used as well for maintenance? They are also used for maintenance. And they ate through all of our firewood and a bunch of our other wood shit all the way down to here. That is absolutely insane. The amount of resources that these guys are using is ridiculous. Okay. We'll make do. We always do. So how much of a fire does this give? 4. And how much do we need? We need 520. Okay. So 520 divided by 4 is 130 firewood. Minus our 30. So we need 100 more. Which means we need 20 logs worth of firewood just for this. You're killing me. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17, 18. So we're going to need 2 more after this. I misclicked. So, yeah, changing those things over, the rations went from regular amounts to absolutely astronomical amounts for resource usage. But hopefully people should be on the upswing instead of the downswing for their happiness. So for those of you that have joined us since I said something, I found a post that was talking about if you go into jobs over here, when you load a game, these all default to the orange. As you can see, these are much lower values. But that's why everybody's happiness was tanking. So every time you load your game, you're going to have to check and move these back to the green. Because now we're using quite a bit more food. Quite a bit more water. We don't have enough water. Which means the amount of wood that they're pulling in out of one of those is not enough. We are going to need to make sure that we get somebody assigned to that other village's wood thing that we built out in the middle of nowhere. Up by the other iron processing plant. We're going to have to assign somebody to that to get in more wood, or we are just not going to have enough. Because it takes 100 firewood, or well, 130 firewood to heat what we've got. So that's just enough to break even on our firewood usage. Heating. Whoa, that's not enough. I went off the number we had, didn't I? So they're using 1750. This is absolutely insane. So 1750 divided by 4 is 437 firewood. $437 firewood to keep this town going. That's unreasonable. And the beverages aren't much better. The food, I mean, we've been cooking like crazy. The maintenance is insane as well. And the health, we can't keep up with the health because we don't have the mining building, which is the same reason we can't make the damn shovel, and we're going to have to go buy one. And until they patch that to where the guy that disappears from the valley is not the one that you get the unlocks from, we are screwed on those buildings. So I kind of feel like they broke the balance. When whatever they changed seriously hurt the balance. Alright, let's cook these eggs. Okay, so it does have to be the one with the cooking pot. But yeah, with the shovel and the comma and all that being locked, that is incredibly problematic for us. We can't really gather clay. We're in a tight spot. We're going to see what we can do to cheese our way out of it. We are nothing if not creative people. So let's see what we can do to work around the problems that we have. Let's go ahead and cook up all of this meat, though, because they are definitely going to need it. And we will take this fat with us over there and try to buy a shovel from the town in the northeast. And we are going to try to see if we can't find somebody to go to the other woodworking hut to get more logs, because we just actually cannot keep up with what we've got. And we haven't even gotten into the maintenance items, which is where all of our clay disappeared to in the first place. So we had an entire iron shovel's worth of clay, which was quite a lot. I mean, we had 6 stacks at one point. And it has all gone to the maintenance cost. I almost feel like this game is balanced for 4 people now. Prior, we could get away with just 1. Like, we were able to do what we needed to do, but when they added that slider for making them happy versus making them upset, I feel like turning the slider on makes it to where you actually almost need more than 1 person just to keep up on all this. Now, we do have quite a few people, though. I mean, our population is decently large. Oh, we do have people without jobs. Okay, the builders we will find jobs for. Is there anybody with the sign looking thing that is still on a build job? Because if there is, we can get them to work that other hut. There is not. So I almost wonder if we don't send Shiro over there to the I don't want to replace, I want to assign. And the woodworking hut, not that one. It's a carpentry station. Okay, so let's look for jobs. So it's going to be... That's the carpentry station. We want to find the one that has the other village symbol. And it's not there. Huh. Oh, because we never changed the other village's symbol. Let's do that. Let's change... Nope. Shoreville's where we are. Let's change Riverton's symbol. And we'll change it to a river. Accept. So now if we look at jobs... There we go. There we go. Wait. It's saying all these people are in Riverton. Okay, the building thing is... Okay, so you... are not the right spot. You are the right spot. And then we're going to have to build 4 shovels as well. So the worker, who were we assigning? Shichiro? So jobs up here. Not that one. Shichiro. Okay, so now he needs 4 axes, and then we should at least be able to get some wood out of them. We're going to need some planks. Maintenance is going to be a real bastard to keep up with now, because planks don't provide very much. It's only 4. And we need 1,100. Just like these are only heating 4, and we need 1,700. So, how much do these give? Those give 10. So one of these is 10, and it makes 5 of these. So 5 times 4 is 20. So it actually does double the amount of wood, similar to Medieval Dynasty. So it is more effective to turn your logs into firewood for them to burn. Now how much do these give? So that gives a heating of 5. But what's the ratio on that? Because I know that we're going to need more of that. So let's come check out the charcoal kiln, because we haven't really dealt with that. Oh, it uses firewood, because of course it does. Why would it use something like logs? Because charcoal is totally not made by piling up logs and putting clay over the top. Alright, so we'll throw 20 of this in there and see how much charcoal it actually makes. I'm hoping it's a 1-to-1, but realistically that's not likely. Because I'm pretty sure that we're going to need some when we finish this guy, so that we can make steel. Are you not even going to add the... Okay, it might actually be a 2-to-1. Which means firewood is not the ideal thing to burn for heating. If it makes 2-to-1 from firewood... So firewood is already doubling the amount of heat production from your logs. So if charcoal is doubling the amount of firewood and giving you an increase in heating value, then charcoal is probably the thing to burn for heat. So we will see about that. We might just need to keep this engine cranking. But I do need to go buy a shovel so that we can start getting steel made. Because I completely forgot that we were still trying to make axes so that we had more wood from that other place. So let's do 4 of these. We've still got that. Probably another stack of iron's not going to hurt. Okay, axes. So let's go ahead and make 4. Ideally, we want to start getting into the masterwork stuff, but for now, this is what it is. How's our axe doing? We're in fine shape. We'll be fine. Let's put our iron back, and let's put our straw away, and our grass away. Is that the only grass? Yes. So our medical, we are kind of screwed on as well, much like the shovel, because we cannot make the mine to make the clay jars to make the healing items. So, as far as their medical goes, they are going to eat through everything that we have and then basically be screwed after that. That is the food storage. There we go. So, but we do have a bunch of steaks that we need to put in food storage, so that's a thing. They are now eating a lot more than they were prior. So let's go ahead and have them chew through this junk stuff first, and then get to the meat. Whoops. I think that's going to be the smart way to play this. I don't know how the hell we're going to keep up with their demands. This is absolutely absurd. We still got 3 grand, so we should be fine on that front. And we've got all of our fat with us for sale. Let's go ahead and hit up the hobos before we leave. So it looked like we had 3, even though they're all clustered in the same tent. Alright. What is that? That is... Oh, okay. So we can buy that. That's not going to hurt anything. And we will sell these. Perfect. And then beggar number 2. I did not mean to talk to you. I meant to trade with you. You do not. Oh, you're the one that we hit first. Okay. Oh, hey, do you count as medical items? Nope, you count as a beverage. You are just tea leaves, not actual tea. That is awkward. Oh, some bamboo. Let's buy the bamboo too. We've got so much fat that it's not going to hurt anything. I mean, it only took 8 to replenish what we just spent, so... I'll buy the fur too, just cause. Clay! Now we don't have to go buy a shovel. That just saved us a hell of a trip. I am super glad that we looked before we left. We may still wind up going, but it's not going to be right away. So now we can get the Tatara finished. There we go. So, what do we actually need to get our production of... We need iron and a shit ton of charcoal. Oh my god. Well, we're just going to keep feeding this thing to make charcoal, I guess. Alright, now how much is this going to make if we take 20 iron and 40 charcoal? Is it a 1-to-1? Oh, it is horrifically slow. Alright, we'll check back in with that. We're not going to sit here for the whole thing. So yeah, we actually want to start cycling the charcoal, because it is going to give us more warmth than just running the other than just running firewood or logs. So officially that is what we want for heating, as well as we need it for crafting. So that's a thing. I don't know how big the stacks go. It looks like fairly large. We do have a couple of hundred straw now, even though we're more into leather. We're gonna have a bitch of a time keeping up with leather. Okay, so 20 is gonna give us 10 buckets, because we're gonna need another round of buckets. There is no way with the output that the villagers put out, they do not actually keep up for their own upkeep. So we're going to drop that in there. We're going to have to get some more water going, because we're going to start stealing water, and we still need more water than what we currently have. But we need to get all of our... They used all of our bark as fire. Oh my god. I hate villagers now. I officially hate villagers now. Now the good news is we can use the logs twice. We can use them once to strip them of bark, which is giving us 3 apiece. And then we can use them again to turn them into firewood, I believe. At the very least, we can use them again to turn them into planks, but I think we can turn them into firewood, which will allow us to keep our... Yes, we can. So that's going to let us keep our charcoal going. This just got a whole lot harder. Alright, okay, so that's more charcoal there. How are you doing? We have 2 steel made, that's it. Alright, well we've got a bunch of bark, so let's go ahead and grab our hides, furs. We really don't have enough fur for this either. Where did all the fur go? There were at least... Oh, okay, there it is. I was going to say, there was at least another stack of fur in here. So what's the fur used for? Heating! Of course it is. Of course it is. So they've been burning all of our resources this whole time. Although at a reduced rate, because we didn't know about the making them happy bit. So that's something. But we are going to need that leather to make the masterwork equipment, so And we definitely want the masterwork equipment. It's going to be better than the average steel, I'm assuming. So we need planks, which come from wood storage, dumbass. And we're going to go ahead and make ourselves... Ooh, do we want a simple katana, guys? Or do we want to go for the masterwork spear? I feel like the spear is going to be more useful for reach reasons. But I'm kind of curious about the difference in damage. Oh! So we can't make the masterwork spear yet, for some reason. But it did say that we can make the masterwork adze. What about axe? And axe. But not the pickaxe. What a strange... Or the knife. What a strange unlocking mechanic. I don't understand why some things unlocked and others did not. I have no earthly clue what they were thinking. I guess we're just going to chalk that up to early access, because that was not well thought through at all. But at least that answers our question on this. Now what's it take to make the katana? We're going to need more steel. 3 more steel. We've got 2. I would definitely like to get some masterwork tools, to be completely honest. Okay, so what's the difference in damage between this guy? So it's 45, and this one's 20. So it's more than double the damage using the steel spear as opposed to the iron spear. That's going to go in the armory storage, I think. We'll keep this one as a backup, even though it's partially damaged. So how do you look? It's really hard to see how anything looks in the dark, so we will take another peek of that during the daytime. Their unlock is just bizarre. We can make a masterwork adze. We can make a masterwork axe. We can't make a masterwork hammer. We can't make a masterwork knife. We can't make a masterwork pickaxe or spear. We still can't make a hoe at all. We can't make a kama at all. We can't make a shovel at all. We can make a simple katana. I want to see what the damage on the katana is. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to like it for reach reasons, but I want to at least see what the damage is. 75 versus 45. Sold. Sold. That's another... So, if we take the 45 of this spear and the 20 of this spear, that's still only 65, and this is 75. So, this is going to do an obscene amount of damage compared to even this spear. So, hopefully, we will be able to one-shot anything that we deal with and not have to worry about the fact that it has terrible reach, because they'll already be dead, in theory. That's the plan, at least. We shall see how it works out in practice. Unfortunately, that sets us back for tools. That means that we can't get the masterwork tools right away like I was hoping. We're going to have to wait for that a little bit. Let's see about... We don't have enough bark. We need another 2 logs worth of bark. Here go all our logs. Okay, so we'll go and see about getting some more leather up for tools. It is almost... No, it's not almost done. It's not even close to almost done. But we'll throw in what we've got and take the 2 leather that they gave us. I still think we need to buy a shovel and possibly get some more clay. What, So clay is going to give us 5 points towards village maintenance, and planks give us 4 points towards village maintenance. But it also takes her logs. So I feel like the clay is going to be a better bet for scamming materials as far as building materials go. So let's go ahead and make some more firewood. That's at least another 20. This is absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. I have no idea what they were thinking. Alright, let's, we've got to change up something. We don't really have a choice now. And we do still have some steel with us. We've got some water with us. And some bark. And some fur. There we go. That's enough for an axe at least. Except for the planks. That's why I had planks on me. So let's take one of these. We're just going to skip completely over steel axes and go straight to the masterwork one. At least it looks good. There's our katana. What's our view? You know what? We'll have to... Oh, wow. It's a two-handed. Okay. Okay. Now, the one thing that I do want to check before we leave to go on our travels is I want to see what, if we can make those boots that I wanted yet or not. Provided I can remember what words I'm trying to use. So, the boots that I wanted to make are still effing locked. Are you kidding me? I can make those, though. That's something. 10 straw. 10 straw, 10 straw. Alright, let's make those, because at least they're not sandals. I feel like socks, walking around in socks is not a great idea, but it's better than these. Actually, it's the same as those. They both give you 10 in the department for comfort. So we are... we need another bow too, don't we? Yes. So we do need to make another bow because we damaged the one... we finally broke our first one. I thought that that's where we made it. Nope, it's in the archery spot. Okay. So, longbow. 1 bamboo, 5 straw, 2 leather, and a plank. It's just the 1 leather? I think it was. One bamboo, 5 straw. Can't believe they burned all our bamboo, too. 2 leather and a plank. Okay. So we still need the plank, and we need 1 more leather. So now we have another backup bow. So that's good. We can actually put this iron axe away. I don't plan on chopping a bunch of stuff, so I think the masterwork will probably hold out as long as we need it to on this trip. This is not necessarily a materials gathering trip, so that's a thing. I want to see what our requirements for our villagers look like again, because they just went through the freaking roof here. Now we can't keep up with anything. So if we look in here, how are we doing? So we have enough food to get by. Our beverages, just barely. It's going to take everything we've got. Our heating... Okay, so the heating's actually moving in the right direction. It took most of our logs to do it, but it's moving in the right direction. Health, there's nothing we can do about, because we can't make the pots to make the healing items, so that's irrelevant. Maintenance, we are half of what we need. So we're gonna need clay. So I think what we're gonna do is we are gonna make that trip up to Iwasaki and see if we can't trade some of our animal fat for some of the... Is that a small bridge? Those two might be small bridges as well. No, I think that one is a watchtower, but that's a small bridge. And we built that small bridge. That's the large bridge. I don't know what that is. I think it's another watchtower, but I'm not positive. So let's see if we can't get over to Iwasaki and trade some of our stuff for some shovels. And possibly grab some more iron while we're there. That's probably not a bad idea. I should probably grab enough stuff to make a steel pickaxe. That is all that we have for steel. Okay. So we need another stack of iron. And we need another stack of charcoal. Okay. Now the problem with using all of our charcoal is we actually do need it for fire as well. So we're going to have to put some back. Okay, that's alright. So we have one steel on us. Did we throw any extra steel in here? I don't think we did. I think we already went through all the steel that we had. That is not a good sign. Okay, so that's 30 health, and those are health, so that's something. So how much of the iron does it take to make steel here? Let's look at this and see if we can figure out how many steel we'll get from a full cycle. It's almost done. We're going to get 10 steel per cycle. That is unfortunate. Okay, so steel pickaxe. We can make two planks and 2 leather. I would like a steel knife as well. Okay, 1 plank and 2 leather. We actually have quite a bit of leather. I didn't realize how much we had. We have like 75 leather, so that's a good start. Okay, so we've got replacement steel pickaxes now, and we've got a steel knife for when our iron one breaks, because it's close. Alright, let's go ahead and drop a save and head over there and see what we can do about getting a shovel to hopefully offset some of these maintenance costs at the end of the season with some clay. And then head down and see about building a small bridge or 2, because I don't know what those 2 are. But I feel like if we don't leave the village now, we're not going to get to leave this season, and then we're going to be right back at square one. Yeah, they absolutely went way too far in the other direction. It was almost too easy to maintain your village, and now it is insanely difficult for one person to juggle all of this. I mean, we're looking at one person grabbing logs for us. One villager assigned to logs is we're using more than what they're pulling in logs per season just for heat, not even for anything else. So the balance has shifted. It's swung way in the wrong direction. They needed to take it a couple of ticks, not all of the ticks. And maybe that's partially my fault. Maybe they didn't expect you to... Well... Hey, Cedric. The problem with that, Cedric, is I cannot, because when I started the game... oh, maybe. Wooden ones at the carpentry table. Let me double check that before I say that's not true. You might be onto something there. I didn't look for wooden ones. But the iron ones are locked for me still, which is crazy because we are into steel. And I think it has to do with not having the mine building because we started on day 1. So our mine and our fishery never unlocked. And they patched to where you could talk to the gentleman from the quest for the guy with the mushrooms to get those recipes unlocked. The problem is the first season after you complete that quest, he disappears from the valley. So the guy that they gave the unlock to is no longer in the valley for us to get the unlock from. But I would like to really, really hope that you are correct and I am incorrect and that we can make the wood shovel here. There's a stirring tool. I do not actually see any shovels here, bud. Unless you meant out here. Sticks, planks, firewood, debark. No. So, I know that if you come over here to the smithy, shovels are in the smithy, but the problem is they're still locked for us. Along with the comma and the hoe and all of the farming buildings. I'm hoping that those are going to come with level 21. But yeah, nothing here either. But in the carpentry table, the woodworking table, I have no shovel. As this is a stirring tool. For stirring large amounts of liquids, whatever the hell that means. Unless there's a table for this building that I'm missing. Furniture for the woodcutter's hut. Carpentry station, woodworking table. Nope. Yeah, I'm not seeing it, man. I do appreciate the idea, though. That would have been fantastic if it worked out. And it would have really curtailed my ranting. So we're going to head up and try to buy some from the tool makers up there in the first iron area. I kind of hope we can encounter a bandit, because I want to try out this katana. Oh, hey! Okay, so they're not quite boots, but it does look much better to me than those stupid sandals did. I still want the boots, though. We got a bit of a hike, don't we? Yes, we do. I want to head essentially straight east. We've got our spare bow, we got plenty of arrows, we got some weapons. I feel like as far as just ourselves is going, we're in great shape. The problem is maintaining the village with the changes that they made. The amount of materials required are just through the roof now. And don't forget, guys, that you, whenever you load your game, that it sets all of those settings over here to orange, which is going to lower your villager happiness, so you gotta change them back to green, which is unfortunately why everybody wants so much crap from us. I should probably grab some grass on our way through. I think we used all the grass that we had on the grass making thingy. Although if we swing by the other build site up in the northeast corner, we should have 100 straw ready to go up there too. Let's see if the grass down in this valley came back. It looks like it did. So it looks like the grass did respawn. I can see it down there. As we had this entire stretch cleaned out completely. Provided we can interact with it, because remember when some of the iron respawned, it's not actually interactable. And it looks like we can, though. I'll take it. And it's only 20, but that's 20 straw that we didn't have. We are going to need some more bamboo. Let's see how good this new axe is. 2, 3. Okay, so it cuts down in 3 now. Fantastic. So the steel axe is actually worth it. Looks like it takes less stamina to swing, too, which is kind of nice. Alright, that's one away from a full stack. That should be enough for 2 of the buildings required to build projects. So we should be able to get a small bridge off the ground with just that. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that we have to go buy shovels, though, because of unlock reasons. Oh, yeah, what's the new, Oh, that's not it. No. No? I don't know what I slotted it to. Minus. Okay, so that's the steel pickaxe. That doesn't look too bad. So at least the tools look better. Okay, we're almost there. It is super pretty through here, though. The fog and the trees, the rolling hills. They did a wonderful job on the map. They really did. It's not all hate for them. I mean, it is early access, so I really can't even be angry about the things that aren't quite right. But it's just frustrating when you're trying to do stuff and things aren't working the way that they were. And plenty of bamboo around here too, it looks like. Okay. Come on, merchants, what you got for me? Somebody's got to have a damn shovel. You got cut stone. You have a shovel. You do. I'll take it. Buy my fat. It looks like he still has a bunch of torches from the last time we visited him. You know what? In the interest of saving that shovel as long as possible, let's also buy his clay. So we don't really need the clay itself anymore, I don't think. We don't have anything that we need to make that requires clay at the moment. The reason that we want his clay is for the extra points. It gives you more points than... this one's just a food seller, which is still going to be kind of important. Oh, that's 95 towards meals. We might have to start trying to cook actual... That's 140 towards meals. I would really like to be able to actually cook meals. That would be fantastic. Well, I got rid of a chunk of our fat, so all that's just going back to the village for food for them. I'm hoping this one's got a shovel too, but we shall see. Probably not likely. They don't tend to double up. We already visited you. Where's the other one? There were 3 of you, I thought. You're the food vendor. Were there only 2? That's depressing. Well, we got a shovel. It's better than nothing, I suppose. I would like to hit up the iron mine for just a little bit of iron, if nothing else. I also kind of want to see what's respawned since we were here last. As remember, in the bandit mine, that stuff respawned after a year, but it was for some reason not actually tangible. We could walk through the models. So I want to see if anything in here respawned that is actually usable. Thankfully, we were pretty thorough in both of our trips through both mines. Oh, shit. It's not looking good, guys. It's not looking good at all. Okay. Well, we've got this stuff up here, but we didn't actually go this way on our first trip, so that's upsetting a little bit that the iron doesn't seem to be respawning either. Oh, I don't know what we're going to do about that. I don't know if the mine will give you iron or not. I don't think so. I think it works kind of like the extraction hut in Medieval. But I could be wrong since we don't actually have one. I can't verify. And we can't build one, so... Well, we're almost back to our 100 back from that big project that we did. So there's our 100 back from the second ore processing site. Which was also kind of depressing. It's basically just for dynasty levels at this point. I don't think it's actually implemented to do anything else. Other than complete a project to get a dynasty level. Alright. So we are almost all the way through this pickaxe already. Yeah, none of this stuff came back. It's just a whole lot of empty tunnel. That's a problem. So we're going to scramble and get as much as we can out of this on our way through. Just because steel is taking... So we're only going to get half of our iron count towards steel. Wait a second, I had another iron pickaxe? I knew I had a steel one. I apparently had another iron one sitting somewhere. Oh, that's stone. I don't want to waste pickaxes on stone. Stone. Yeah, see, that looks like it respawned, but it didn't. It's not actually there. So we do need to be a little careful with our iron, it looks like. It is in limited supply. Thankfully, we have a bastard lot of it, and this is going to help with that. As we now have 200 back, which is enough to make up for both of the projects that we started. Other than, since it doesn't respawn, it doesn't actually make up for anything. But we still needed it to get that max level in Dynasty. Alright. I don't know if we're going to clear out this whole thing. No, we're not. Because we only have room enough for 3 more. We could drop this rot. Alright. Last node. Oh, crap. How much did we drop? 3. Let's throw these rocks in the ground. Oh, 5. Okay. And we're not going to bother with any other nodes that we see. Not that it matters. Oh, I guess there are some up here. Most of it's stone, though. So there is still a little bit of iron on the way out, but not very much. But at least we have some options there. And we haven't completely cleaned out the bandit cave either. So there's some options there as well. Well, I guess there is a bit more than what I thought in here. Did we? Great. Our meat rotted. Can we eat this? Will that? Yep. Ideally, that was for selling, but I guess better eat that than let it go to rot, right? I can't imagine. Just the idea of eating straight animal fat makes me nauseous. I absolutely love animal fat in with my food, because it's where a lot of the flavor comes from. But, just to eat it straight like that is... yeesh. But I guess needs must and all that. I can't imagine he's going to have a fun time in the bathroom after that. Okay, so we're going to head south. We're going to come down here and try to build this bridge up as well. Because we do have a couple of builders that are out of work right now. So we can try to get the last of the small bridges up. I'd like to get the big bridge started, but I honestly don't know that we have enough materials for that. Actually, while we're up here, why don't we swing down to Riverton and drop off a bunch of this material? That way we've got room for wood and such along the way. So we should probably harvest some of the wood along the way so that we don't just completely clear cut around the project. That way, once we get there and get as much thrown in as we can carry, we can still cut around the project to finish it off. How far is it to Riverton? Not super bad. I was kind of hoping we'd see an animal or three. Oh, we don't have any food storage in Riverton, though. That's a downside. Because we never planned to have anybody live there. Which means that all of those meals that I grabbed, we're not going to be able to throw into storage over there. That's alright. We'll make do. We always do. At least we can dump off the clay. And hopefully find something to use that shovel on. I would be super excited to get some more clay for maintenance reasons, just so that they don't use all our damn planks again. Aha! I'm still super disappointed that we have to buy shovels. Of course. Of course. You know what? I think we've finally reached the end of what I'm willing to drop. Nope, sticks. Okay. Hey, it's better than nothing, right? At least we got some. Okay, just down along the river. Oh, look, more clay. You know, this Riverton's not actually in a bad spot for material gathering, to be completely honest. More clay. Excellent. So it's close to the bamboo, it's close to the clay, it's got a forest around it. Yeah, the only thing that's really an issue is we don't have a food storage here, and I don't want to waste the wood now, based on things that we have found out in the interim, to actually get one. So I think all this is actually going to go to general storage. Yep. Alright, so we can throw our iron in there. That's going to go a long way towards helping with the steel, though. We got quite a bit of iron. And we do have some, what's it down here that we can grab? Straw from the machine should be going. And we should be able to throw in some clay for maintenance. Which is basically the only thing that we need it for at the moment. So how did that set our maintenance? Hey! It's going to take everything we own. But at least we're positive. The health is going to kill us, though. There's no way that we can keep up with the health without being able to make those health potions. It's just not feasible. So yeah, food storage is not a thing. So this stuff we're just going to have to sit on. We can put 4 of this into wood storage. So we need 20, 10 for each building. And that'll empty that out. We can grab this straw. I don't think that we actually need straw for the build. Oh, right. So we're just going to throw the straw in there. Now, I know we could grab some wood for the build. And some rock and stuff, but I don't want to clear out what we've got when we're going to encounter quite a bit of that stuff along the way. So I don't think we need too terrible many rocks. I think one stack will get us through both of them. So I think it's 10 rocks per. At least for the setup. I don't know about for the actual... The basic bridge, we only need planks and wood, but I think the large bridge is probably going to require stuff. We might actually have to go and purchase more cut stone. I really hope not, but that might be a thing that happens. Thankfully, we know where to buy some, and he did have some when we were there, so it's not the end of the world if we have to do so. I would really like to be able to make it ourselves, but for reasons that I have been harping on for 2 episodes now, we can't. I don't want to keep bringing it up too awful much because it is getting tiresome, but I am still super frustrated by that. I feel like that was very poor planning. Okay, we can still get quite a few more. I know these are deciduous, but it's really not going to matter for the things that we're doing because they're projects. So it's not like we're mixing for panels on a building, which, by the way, it won't let you do. It will actually eat your planks if you try to do some deciduous and some coniferous. So you have to kind of be careful with that. Make sure that you have enough for the whole project because you cannot mix the two. Well, shit. Here's what we can do. Right, because bark. So let's drop a third. There we go. So now we have 11 planks and some bark, and we can stop chopping trees, and just... Oh, there's more clay. Yeah, this area is not a bad area, especially with all the grass here, too. It's not a bad area where we set up Riverton. I think that's probably a good go-between, especially because it's near the iron mine as well. So both of our current towns are near iron mines, which is fantastic. So where are we headed? We need to head a little bit more to the south. Here-ish? How's that look? That's just about right. Just run straight this direction. I would love to hunt for some meat and more fat, or at least grab some eggs like those we just passed, but we have no inventory space. Of course, we also don't have anything to eat other than the rest of our fat, so that's kind of a problem. I don't know why our meat rotted while we were out running around. I guess it was closer to its due date than I thought it was. But it is what it is. Is this grass or bamboo? That's grass. Parsley. Oh, gobo! Alright, now we're full on that too. Okay, and just keep going the way we're going. Wanted to make sure we didn't get too turned when I was grabbing the gobo. That's either a villager or a bandit. That is a villager. Okay. Now, do we even have any spots available? We do. We have one spot available for villagers, but we're not going to take him because we don't have any beds. So that's the one that I was talking about that was up over here. And it looks like, I don't know if that's one of ours or what, but it looks like there's one down there too. It's entirely possible that it's just one of ours. But we shall see. I'm betting that if the amount of things that we need for our village are the same between multiplayer and single player, that it would not be nearly as bad in multiplayer. The only real downside is still going to be, unless you can keep them automated to bring you in enough logs to do everything, the trees are not regrowing. So you're still going to run out of resources. I mean, short of building a couple of extra of the wood cutting shacks and sending them out. I mean, that's what we did in Medieval. It works, because it doesn't chop down the trees, but it's rough. Alright, we should be coming up on the site. Yeah, it should be like right in front of us. Let's make sure there aren't any boars in the area, because we have made that mistake before. Wait, there's a question mark over here. Are you a bandit? No, you're another villager. Wait, are you one that we knew about? No, you're not one that we knew about. Okay, so there's one between Segi and the Great Lake as well. A possible villager spawn location. This bridge is done! It showed us an icon that showed it as still needing to be built. Okay, so that bridge is done. So let's go straight north. I think that is the watchtower up here that we should already be building, but I want to verify. It does look like it's a build site. Yeah, once those bridges are done, you should get this icon, or this icon, or this icon. So I don't know why that one still shows as an unbuilt icon, but it is actually crafted. Yeah, I think this is one of the watchtowers. Yep, and it should already be in process of building. Yep. Okay, so we can ignore both of these. Well, wait a second. We are Dynasty 15. So that means 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We're still missing one somewhere. Oh, shit. What, did he just spawn in right there? What the hell? He's just going to walk up into our storage like it's not a thing. Is he taking our items? Come on, I want to see how this works. Hey-cha! Really well. Although he'd already taken 2 arrows, so any kind of damage would have probably killed him, but... so... we're going to drop these sticks and at least take his iron knife, because that's good. I would like to take his sake too, but not enough to drop anything that we have, so... So the swing on that thing is fast. I am very happy with how that works. The reach has me a little worried, but for the amount of damage output that it says that it gives, I think it's going to be worth it anyway. So this bridge is done. That's being built. I don't even know what that is. So we're going to head down here. I believe that's a watchtower and that's a large bridge. I was hoping that there was another small bridge, but we'll see. We'll just head south and see what there is to see. These projects are going to be how we finish this off. Because, yeah, that bridge is very clearly built. I would really like to encounter a pig. Unfortunately, most of its resources are going to go to waste, but I want to see how the katana fares against a pig. Did I cut these, or did Segi cut these? I think Segi cut these, because this is a lot. Yep. Some of these trees are pretty good size. Are they choppable, though? Yep. So I know, like, the cherry blossom trees aren't choppable. Okay, we actually do want to head up the hill because I'm pretty sure that this is where the other watchtower is. I wouldn't mind getting the watchtower started, because that's going to take 3 seasons to build. Which is quite a while. At least there's a lot of wood up here. A lot of wood up here. Ah, well, got my wish. Wow. Okay, spears for pigs. Some of that was me not being great, but it was very difficult to hit him. And unfortunately, we are now all the way back in the damn village. Alright, so let's put these food items in here at least. Solid fish meal. Yeah, I would absolutely love to be able to use that. Let's cook this gobo, and we'll keep it for our own food. So yeah, the katana is limited use on pigs because they have to get close enough to be able to hit you for you to be able to hit them. The reach is an issue. On the bandit, however, it performed admirably. But I think I'm going to put it back and grab the iron spear that we made, or steel spear that we made, and use that instead. I feel like if you had a multiplayer game, if somebody kept aggro, you would want the people that didn't have aggro to have the katanas. I feel like that would be a fantastic way to handle it. Have your tank with a spear and your DPS with katanas. I'm still kind of surprised that there's only one type of arrow as well. I'm a little disappointed that they haven't added any other arrow types yet. So let's put you back, and we will take you, and we will take you. We'll do it this way. Okay, and in general, we can throw you in there. And you in there. So we already have... Wow, we actually have quite a few spare knives, so that's not really a problem. For now, we're going to throw you in there as well, because we have an extra one on us. It looks like we have some ads in there. I don't know why we have extra ads, but okay. What do we want to do with... Let's throw our bark in here. And we could take some more logs with us and or planks, but I would really rather not, and just grab some extra wood along the way. Planks probably wouldn't be a bad idea to make here, though, to be completely honest, because we're going to get significantly more than we would by using an adze. So let's make... I think it's 40 planks for the for the small bridge. It's 40 planks. So let's make I don't know, we'll make like 4 and see what happens. 35, we'll do one more. Alright, well, we will put that single plank back. I know we're gonna need it, but they can use it for maintenance, because it's gonna take up a full inventory slot, and I would really rather not have to deal with that. So I think we have plenty of leather at the moment. We have 75, 78 leather at the moment. So I'm not going to make us any more leather, but I would like to make us some more charcoal and possibly some more steel. I feel like that's probably a good idea. So let's take that charcoal and let's take a 20 stack of iron. We can actually use this to make an extra good axe. That is a good use of that plank. Would be making an axe. And leather. We need 1 leather, I think. Because we can't make a masterwork axe yet, so... But that'll give us a backup steel axe. As well. And then we can put our iron back, or steel. So we have some excess steel. That's good. Alright. So let's make the journey again, except this time we're taking a more direct route. We're not heading up towards the mine or Riverton. And we are going to... We actually have a spear to deal with pigs. And we will grab some trees along the way. Preferably as we get closer. I want to save ones near the village in case we need to build something in the village. We're going to have to be a little bit more creative with our resources, though, because of the lack of respawning of resources. Now, this being an early access definitely gives them an excuse for that. And it's okay for us because, I mean, there's not that much more content to the game. We have a couple more project sites to build. We've got probably 2 or 3 episodes left. That's why I'm not particularly worried about scrambling to keep up with the villagers. But the respawning resources, if you planned on staying in this world for a length of time, or once the game is complete, I'm sure they will have it fixed by then. But once the game is complete, that not having respawning resources would seriously curtail what you could do in the game. Especially at the rate that these guys consume wood. It is absolutely astronomical. The maintenance costs, I feel like, are way too high as well. The food costs are a little high, but that's easily doable with hunting. It's the... I mean, you'd have to deforest the whole damn countryside just to keep them satisfied between planks and firewood. And until you get the smithy, I mean, you're not even using firewood, you're using Well, you're using firewood until you get the smithy, but once you get the smithy, you can use charcoal. It's more efficient. But you still, I mean, now you have to take it through 2 crafting processes. So if you were using NPCs to do it, that's extra labor still, which means extra resources that you're going to need at the end. Oh, you're a merchant. Did we keep any fat on us? We did not. As much as I want to grab extra grass habitually, it's not actually necessary for what we're doing. Now, thankfully, with this steel axe, chopping down trees is going to be quite a bit easier. Because they only take 3 swings instead of 4 now. So we're not going to be spending nearly as much of our time gathering, I don't think. Especially based on what we're bringing with us. But I do still want to fill our inventory along the way, just to throw those into the project when we get there. Especially since these are areas that we're not likely to settle for any length of time, nor need to build anything. So these are great places to take the wood from. That way we still have wood near the projects when we actually need them. It always pays to plan ahead. It really does. And I do need to reiterate that this game is still in early access, so while I am frustrated with the current state of things, it is by no means a reflection on the end product. And I am still having a good time, or we wouldn't still be playing. So, I mean, negativity aside, it's not awful. It's frustrating in areas, particularly if you're playing by yourself like we are right now. But it is still an early access game, and it does have quite a bit of promise. It really does. I just hope that they can deliver on it. I am hoping to see it like Medieval Dynasty one day. Because Medieval Dynasty really came through. I played that game when it was still not fully released. It still wasn't 1.0. And it was fun then. And there was quite a bit to it. But now that it is fully released, every complaint that I had about it has been more or less fixed. So I'm hoping that they do the same with this. And it's hard to say whether they will or will not, because while Toplets is the producer, they are not the developer, and the two games are made by two different developers. So we shall see. But I hope that they hold it to more or less the same standards that they did Medieval Dynasty. I think that would be amazing in its end state. And I have definitely gotten my money's worth time-wise out of this. So this is episode 12, which means we are at 24 hours played. Steam's going to show a different number because menus and whatnot, but we are actually 24 hours of no-kidding gameplay. And, yeah, for a $30 game, we still have at least 2 more episodes, I would say, to get the rest of this built. So, because remember, we need a year and a half to finish that mining spot. Are you another villager location, or are you a bandit? Or a merchant? Kinda. You're another villager. Okay. Ah, this must be their place. So they're wandering. So I think I was right. I think this is a watchtower. It is. It can't hurt to get that started because that's going to be 3 seasons. So let's go ahead and throw down one of our buildings. We don't have nearly enough rocks for a watchtower, unfortunately, so we are going to have to go on a little bit of a rock run. But at least we've got a pretty good start on this guy. I don't know why it's stopping swinging the hammer again. Sometimes it's fine, and sometimes it's not. Okay, so rocks, we only had 15. We still need quite a few rocks. We don't have any sticks, so I guess we do have sticks. And of course the watchtower does in fact take straw. So we are going to have to go home to get some of the materials for this. Because I really don't want to handcraft 200 straw out in the middle of friggin' nowhere when I know that we have it in storage at home. Oh wow, these are given 5. Very nice. I'd like to at least get all the wood out of the way. Oh, we're halfway there. So that should be 15 more. We should be almost done with the logs. It's like 11 more logs. Oh my god, the durability on this axe is absolutely insane. Oh, that's 5. Yeah, it's barely going down at all. I am very happy with this. Are you still premium? You are. I feel like we got shorted a log. I guess we'll see here in just a second. Maybe not. Okay, so that's 60. And then we have half of what we needed for the planks. We were carrying 40 planks. We had 2 stacks of 20. Why did it only... Oh, because we used some for the completion of the actual building. Never mind. Never mind. So I think we're going to need 10 to get 30. Yep, they're 3 apiece. So we're going to need 10. And we had 4. So we need 3 more, which is a single log. Alright, so the rocks, and then we're going to need straw and sticks. Sticks are easy enough to get. Straw, we're going to have to go home for, unless we are willing to make ridiculous amounts. The starting tool kind of looked like wood shovel a little bit. Yeah, it does. The stirring tool very much looks like a wood shovel. It really, really does. I completely understand where you were coming from on that one. I feel like chat's not behaving properly, because it just popped up with that message, and it's been almost an hour since we were talking about it. So I feel like chat may not be behaving properly at the moment. Okay, I would like to get some rocks, at least, if nothing else. We could start on the sticks. So we only need 50, I think. We're at 30. That's a bush. Will that do it? That'll do it. So that fixes our stick issue. I'm not seeing any real rock nodes around here, which is unfortunate. I almost feel like they're doing that on purpose. They seem to put the projects that require certain materials away from said materials. I mean, it's not a terrible idea for them to do, but frustrating. Okay, so yeah, 200 straw and then 150 rocks. We are a long way from home. Let's, how much money do we have? Yep, we're going for... we're gonna, pay for some fast travel here. Because that's what we've determined we're gonna call this. Okay, so now we are at home. We need 150 stones. So we got 25, 50. We have nowhere near 150. Okay. That is what it is. Let's go ahead and do another round of steel while we're at it. As I wouldn't mind getting an extra steel pickaxe, we are probably going to need it. Especially since we need to collect some iron, so that is a thing. Let's throw our bark in there. And we need 200 of this straw. Which leaves us with almost 200 left. So if we do... oh, no, more than 200 left. Yeah, we're fine on straw. Okay, that's no biggie. So let's go ahead and see what we can scare up as far as rocks in the area. There should be some around. I don't think we hit them all. It's going to take forever if we pick up individuals, but I think down by the water there were a bunch. So we're at 50, so we only really need 100 more. And I know that we had some already in the building, but I would still like to take 150 with us, because of requiring 10 for the next bridge that we do. I thought that there were more nodes down here. Well, there are some. I could have sworn there were a bunch more, though. We're close. We only need, what, 50 more? More. There we go. We got our 150. So let's go finish that guy off and get somebody assigned to it, because that's going to take 3 seasons to build. And then we can go ahead and start on one of those small bridges, or possibly the large bridge. I don't know how many people the large bridge is going to take, but it probably can't hurt to get that guy going either. So basically all that we have left now is to get to Dynasty level 21 for the last of the unlocks, and hopefully some of that stuff that's still locked will actually unlock. I don't know how much of it is going to be tied to the unlocks that came with the buildings that we can't currently get. So we'll have to see. But that'll put us at the end of the current content once we hit Dynasty level 21. So we are probably still another episode or two away, because it is going to take 1.5 years for that one up in the northeast corner to build. These ones down here, I mean 3 seasons for the watchtower that we're building. I have no earthly clue how long the large bridge is going to take. I can't imagine it taking as long as a watchtower, but it's probably not going to be a single season either. I would bet it's probably going to take 2 seasons. If the small bridge only takes 1. I would be very surprised if it also only takes 1. It's not to say it won't happen, but it would be surprising to me. Really hoping that we don't need any, straw for the large bridge. That would be a little off-putting. There might be another watchtower. I'm not sure how many watchtowers there are total. The one that we're building now will actually be our 3rd. So we already have 2 in place. Well, we have 1 finished and another building. So this will be our 3rd. I don't know if there's more than 3 or not. I mean, we'll find out, but... There might be 1 more down by where the temple is. I can't remember. We have 2 things that are like back to back down there, and one of them's probably a watchtower, and one of them is probably a small bridge. How are we doing? We're headed down here, so we still have quite a ways to go. Because this is our watchtower that's currently in progress. This is a bug on the map. It should be this symbol, because that bridge is complete. So we have a watchtower there, a large bridge there. We already built that small bridge. So one of these I think is a watchtower and one is a bridge, but I'm not certain. And then we should be in good shape. And I did put out that post requesting game ideas, whether we want to go back to Medieval Dynasty for Season 2 in the Valley, or if we want to start a new game. So that post is up if you want to weigh in. We have enough people that are watching regularly now that I really, really want you guys to have some say in what we do. So that's one of the first opportunities that we're offering now, is to have a say in where we go from here. So if you want to comment somewhere, or preferably on the post, but if you comment on a video, that's fine too. But just weigh in as to what you would like to see happen next, and we will go from there. Okay, so we need to cut over this way. I feel like we're moving slower. I don't know, that might just be in my head, but I feel like we're moving slower. Oh, come on, let me up the hill. Thank you. Okay, so we do definitely need to cut over now so that we are up on the hill where the tower is, and not down the slide. probably grabbing some extra wood is not a terrible idea. We don't need it for this project, but we will need it for the next. And these big trees are nice because they give 5 logs. Okay, we don't have enough for another big tree. We will after we deposit the last of the materials, but we don't currently have enough for another big tree. I feel like this isn't really a great spot for a watchtower. I mean, you've got a bit of a view out that way, but most of your view is going to wind up being blocked by trees. So there's our rocks, and there's our straw. Now we can assign somebody to it. Should only be a single. Yup. And we... oh, poop. We need to do this via the builders. Okay, so you don't... Ya doesn't have a job. So Ya is going to get the current builder at the watchtower special project. Oh, nope, that watchtower's already got one. Assign. Okay, there we go. So 80%, next season 105%. Okay. So he'll only put 80% towards it at season change and the rest will be the next season, I guess? I don't understand how that gauge is working. So let's go down and at least get the project for the large bridge started, as we are running a little bit short on time for this stream. But I would like to at least get it up and started, if not finished. And I don't think we have enough materials to actually finish it. What? Wow, okay. So we need to drop 2 more. And... cha. So we have to drop 3 because we need a spot for the bark and a spot for the planks. And then the one that, well, we had to drop 2, which gave us 3 to do. What? I thought I had eggs on me. We must have put them away. Okay. I'm not going to waste that nest because we might need it later. While we're down here. At least there's a lot of wood through here. I'm hoping... ah, there's stone too. Excellent. I'm really hoping that this doesn't require cut stone because we're going to have to go up to the village to buy it. Because we cannot make cut stone, we cannot make the mine. Two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. And we did bring enough bamboo for it, and we've got stone. I think we have everything that we need to finish this aspect of it. It's the filling of it that's going to be problematic. Have you tried talking to the mine workers to see if you can unlock anything else? So they did say that they assigned... I have spoken to almost all of the slaves in the village, I believe. I think I've spoken to everybody in the village. I'm not entirely sure, though. But they did say... oh my god. So this is another massive project like the other one. The, what's it? What? I had planks on me. Where did they go? Oh, they went to building the thing. Right. Okay, so there's our 300 straw that we have back at the village. I am actually going to screenshot this so that we know what we need to gather from the village. Because that is a lot of materials. The stones alone are going to be absolutely ridiculous. They did say that the unlocks for the mine and whatnot, for those of us that started day 1, you could talk to the guy for the quest for the sick guy with mushrooms to get them. The problem is he disappears at the end of the season when you complete the quest. So those of us that started day 1, he was gone before we realized, well, before they patched it to where we could get those unlocks. So they will be adding in another person. Well, they'll be attaching it to a different person, they said, in the next patch. But currently, for our current gameplay, we are kind of screwed until that patch comes out, as far as unlocking those things. Now, anybody that's started their game since then should be fine, since the first patch came out. But for those of us that started day 1, we kind of got the shaft as far as that goes. This is the last day in the season, but we don't have 5 full workers to put on this. So I'm going to try to get as much material as I can before we stop for the day. I don't think it's going to be up this season. And I'm worried that it's also going to take 6 seasons to build, because it takes 5 people. But we are going to get as much as we can put into this. Okay, the durability on these steel tools is quite amazing. I'm very happy with them that way. Did I get 200? I did. So we have 9 left. 100 sticks. 240 planks. Are you kidding me? This takes more than the big project. Okay, I might work on this one outside of stream, guys, just because of how much we're going to have to actually farm for this. It's going to wind up taking an entire stream just to get these materials together, I think. So it is about that time anyway of the night when we normally stop. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop now, and I will work tomorrow when I have some free time before stream on getting the rest of these materials put into this guy. Because this is astronomical, especially considering we can't take anything out of... You can build the shed to add Dynasty storage containers on it too. Oh! I thought that was only private containers. I didn't realize that you could actually do... Let's, So yeah, when you look at the description, it just says oh, no, now it does say personal or Dynasty. It used to just say personal. Okay, that is actually a fantastic tip, Cedric. Thank you. That is going to say... Oh, but you have to have a bell here. Uh-huh. Must be placed near your own town bell or village. So, I might do that as well. We'll see, though. That's going to be something that I do off stream to get this guy filled up. But we are well on our way. We only have this to build and assign people to, and then these two, and then we have all of the projects accounted for. We're just passing time at that point. So but it is that time of the night, guys, so if you learned anything useful or if you had a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. And please don't forget to weigh in on where we want to go after we are finished with Sengoku Dynasty, because we've only got a handful of episodes left before we're done. So, thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you next time.